Hello and welcome back to another Complete Rider motorcycle video, and today we have part 2 of museum pieces at the Queensland Gallery of Modern Art and their exhibition The Motorcycle, Design, Art, Desire. If you missed part 1 you can see it in the museum pieces playlist or click on the card above. So to bring you up to speed, I jumped in the trusty Colorado and raced from Melbourne up to Brisbane, dodging COVID as I drove 1,666 kilometres or 1,000 miles each way. I only had a 1 hour window that I could get my film gear into the exhibition, so it was elbows out around the paying punters to get the most shots in the short time I had. Many thanks to the GOMA crew for giving me the chance to film this great exhibition for all of you to view. Last episode had a decidedly French flair, but this one is a bit closer to home, and with ANZAC Day fast approaching, I thought we'd go with an Australian-New Zealand theme, and what a lineup we have. The Britten and the Munro Special, both out of New Zealand. An Australian land speed record holder. 3 gallant attempts to manufacture Aussie bikes. Toby Price's Dakar winning KTM. The Deus Drovers Dog and the all-electric Aussie Savic. So let's get into it. The 1994 Britten V1000. Where do we start with this bike? Designed and built by the late John Britten and his team of long-suffering friends, it truly was revolutionary for its time, and it still is to this day. Its designer, John Britten's story, is amazing by itself. An incredible engineer and artist who had the gift of dyslexia, a challenge that is close to my heart. Britten pushed through his formal education, needing both a scribe and a question reader for exams, to become a visionary in motorcycle design and an early adopter of composite materials for use on structural components in motorcycles. He was lost too early in 1995 to cancer at age just 45. This hand-built New Zealand motorcycle runs a 999cc V-twin of Britten's own design, producing about 166 horsepower with a top speed of 303 kilometres an hour or 188 miles per hour. The innovative use of carbon fibre means it weighs in at only 138 kilograms. It runs a double wishbone front suspension setup, and although it would have been easier to use a standard telescopic fork set, that's not the Britten way. I could spend hours alone just looking at the intestine-like exhaust header pipes and elaborate use of carbon fibre. This beautiful 1951 Vincent Black Lightening is displayed as used to break the Australian land speed record with Jack Errett in 1953. It reached 141.5 miles per hour or 227.7 kilometres per hour on a 2¼ mile stretch of public road in the country town of Gunnedah in New South Wales. This is a very special bike. Yes, all Vincents are special, but this is a Black Lightning, one of 33 specials made and used worldwide to smash land speed records. Of the 33 made, it's believed only 19 have survived. This one is as it raced with only a mechanical restoration, but its patina is still as crusty as it was in 1953. A 998cc V-twin engine producing about 70 brake horsepower is at the heart of this gem, and in my opinion this is by far the prettiest motorcycle engine ever built, and I love the look of the 2 forward-facing exhaust pipes. And of course a Vincent has that other Aussie link in Phil Irving. Enjoy some shots of this time capsule motorcycle, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, just down on the right. Before we look at Burt Munro's beauty, let's look at 3 early Aussie attempts of mass-produced motorcycles. The 1906 Spencer is a special motorcycle for all Aussies. It was built not far from the GOMA site by David Spencer. It's special because it uses almost all locally designed and manufactured parts. Even the engine was locally cast, as can be seen by the hand-carved wooden moulds. It made 2 horsepower from the 475cc single-cylinder engine, which is more than enough considering its very basic brakes. The 1914 Whiting. This bike was designed in Melbourne, Victoria by Savic Whiting. It was unique as it not only had rear leaf suspension but front leaf suspension as well, a necessity with the rough road conditions in Australia at the time, and was applauded in England for its comfort. Unfortunately, the onset of the Great War put an end to his dreams of mass production, although he did go on to produce his own designed V4 engine version before, as with many other such projects, the money ran out. The 1956 Tilbrook. This bike was designed in Adelaide, South Australia by Rex Tilbrook, and was renowned for its full bodywork that combined to cover the seat, fuel tank, while also hiding a toolbox as well. It ran an 8 horsepower 197cc Villiers 2-stroke engine. The company built about 55 bikes in total, but by the late 50s, cars were reasonably priced and much better for family duties, so another Aussie bike manufacturer bit the dust. The 1920 engined Indian Scout Burt Munro Special. This bike, made famous by the Hollywood movie The World's Fastest Indian, is a highly modified 953cc V-twin Indian motorcycle engine, making about 100 horsepower. It was built by the larger-than-life New Zealander Burt Munro, who, at the age of 68 in 1967, set the under 1000cc world speed record of 296 kilometres an hour, or nearly 184 miles per hour, at the Bonneville Salt Flats, a record which remains to this day. A backyard engineer that kept tinkering with his motor to achieve the most incredible results and confirm his place in land speed racing history around the world, and is one of New Zealand's favourite larrikins. If you haven't seen the movie and the doco about this bike, you must. The 2009 Deus Drovers Dog. This bike was built by Deus Ex Machina, an Aussie boutique motorcycle customising shop that incorporates bikes, fashion, food and uber cool lifestyle products. Deus are renowned for their Yamaha SR creations that fuse art and motorcycle design to create one-off masterpieces that the world has taken to heart. A Drovers Dog is a hard-working Aussie sheepdog bred tough and versatile for the harsh Australian bush, as is this bike. Cool transport, but purpose-built to carry a surfboard to where the waves are happening. Art and practicality together in one. The 2016 KTM Rally 450 Dakar. This bike is the bike that Australian Toby Price rode to be the first non-European winner of the Dakar Rally in 2016. This is Price's own bike, gifted to him after his historic Dakar win. I spent some time looking over this bike in amazement at the many one-off lightweight parts that I presume would be swapped out on a daily basis, and as with most race machinery these days, the use of carbon fibre was prolific. The 2020 Savic C-Series electric motorcycle. Last but not least, we have this all-electric Aussie-built bike from the team at Savic. This group of young overachievers, led by founder and CEO Dennis Savic, a 28-year-old passionate engineer from Perth in Western Australia. Savic has surrounded himself with the right people to make his electric dreams come true. The look of this bike pops and the specs back up the looks. Orders are being taken now with 3 different performance versions available. With Savic motorcycles, the future is here right now. I'll leave you with some more random shots of the exhibition, with heaps more to come in part 3. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and don't forget to subscribe so as to not miss the next part of this awesome exhibition. Stay safe and bye for now.